What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm Magna X 45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our next deck profile for the BT21 format of the Digimon TCG, and we have our blue Armor Rush, blue-yellow Armor Rush Magna X deck. And this deck is actually very much an Armor Rush deck, more than a Magna X. We still use the Magna X because it's super powerful, but it's gone back to the old BT8 days of it being an Armor Rush deck. The new support in BT21 just adds so much to the deck, and this deck has a special place in my heart, as it is one of the, back in BT16, is one of I think the first deck I was able to get top 32 at regionals, so really special place in my heart for this deck. And we're going to talk about it, we're going to get into it, talk about the card changes and what's different about the deck. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below, we love to hear your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, well, let's get into it here. We'll start with the Digi Eggs here. We have the Demi V from BT16. This is the one that all turns. This Digimon has two colors. It gets plus 1,000. All of your armor forms and Magna X are all two or more colors, so you're always getting that plus 1,000 inheritable all turns. So it's the only egg really for you. It just has the best synergy with the deck. Getting into our level 3s, our rookies, we're playing 4 of the promo Vmon here. The promo Vmon had the your turn once per turn when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with the free trait. If you have a tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So it's really good, but you got to have that tamer in play, so you got to remember that. And it is only once per turn. But it does have the inheritable when attacking. If this Digimon has 2 more colors, draw 1, and that is not once per turn, so that is actually super good. Anything that's not once per turn is usually kind of busted. We have the new Vmon from BT21. Digivolves from a Demi V or a hero trait for 0, or a red and blue level 2 for 1. It has the your turn inheritable plus 2,000, so that's good. It gives DP buffs. And then has the your turn when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with the armor form or hero trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. That's pretty cool too, just because you get that reduction, which is really, really good. And it's not once per turn, so we talked about not once per turn. It's pretty busted effects. Plus, it gives all your armors plus 2,000, so it's really, really, really good. So you got to play 4 of it. Play 3 of the good old BT12 Searcher Vmon, and it's like, you're like, what, you're not playing 4? We're not playing 4 because we have a new Searcher card in this deck, which we'll get to, which is really, really good. And so this guy is still good because it reveals top 3, adds a card with Imperial Dramon, that doesn't come up, or a free trait card, trait to the hand, and a Davis to the hand. So that's really good, so you get potentially 2 pieces, and then place the rest on the bottom of the deck. It has end of your turn, you may DNA Digivolve, which doesn't come up in this deck, which is why I think we're wanting to play less of it, because it's good Searcher, but we have another good Searcher in the deck that does pretty much the same thing, and we'll get to that later. Lastly, we play 3 of the BT16 Vmon, bringing our rookie count to 16. Has another plus 2,000 inheritable on your turn, Digivolves for 0 on a Demi V, and then your turn once per turn when your other Digimon are either played or Digivolve. If any of them are green or have the free trait, gain a memory. So basically you want him on the board, and you want something else doing something so that you can gain memory off of it. Basically you either play something or you Digivolve one of your other Vmons, basically. So it's harder to get this off, but it's still a really good card and has some pretty great value and has a cool plus 2,000 inheritable. Sometimes it's just a better card to put in the back if you don't have your other stuff. So yeah, we got that as well. That's it for our rookies. Lots of rookies, but we also have lots of champions too, because it's the main focus of the deck. We have the new Lydramon here, BT21. Costs 2 to Digivolve on a Vmon, 3 on any other green or blue. It's got Piercing, it's got Armor Purge. When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then this Digimon gets plus 2,000 until your opponent's turn ends. So it's really good because you get the Piercing, and then you can go up to 8,000 plus a Vmon inheritable. You can go up to 10. You can potentially deal with something and check a security card. We got 2 of the promo Flame Dramon, which is really good because it's got Armor Purge Raid. Digivolves for Vmon, cost 2, and then your turn once per turn when this Digimon's attack target is switched, your opponent adds the top card of their security stack to the hand, so you can basically raid over a problem card and still add a card, take away a security card, although it does get added to your opponent's hand, but it doesn't activate, so that's always really good. For our Magnamons, we're starting with the Star Deck Magnamon, which has, again, Armor Purge Blocker, Digivolves cost 3 from a Vmon, and then it has the security ability to Digivolve one Digimon, and at the end of the battle, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into this card without paying the Dissolution cost. So if you have a Vmon on board, it's really great because you can go into this guy. And then when Digivolving, trash the top Dissolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon for each of that Digimon's colors. Then return one of your opponent's Digimon with no Dissolution cards to the hand. So that's really good. It's got that source stripping and that bouncing, which is actually really, really good, especially when there's ace cards about. We have 4 copies of Magnamon from BT8, the OG Magnamon. Again, 3 on a Vmon for Dissolution cost, Armor Purge, and Blocker. It's got when Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon, and it gets plus 2,000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn for each card with Armor Form and its traits in your trash. So it gets you some plus DP, so it can get around big stuff. It unsuspends, so it's really nice because if you attack with one of these guys, then they die in the security, and then your Vmon's suspended. You can go into this guy and then unsuspend and get another swing, and that's the whole part of the rush part of the deck, which is why the new Magnamon is really good too, because it's also got the same when Digivolving, this Digimon can unsuspend, and then one of your opponent's Digimon, you give it minus 2,000 DP for the turn for each card with the Armor Form trait in your trash. So again, basically the opposite of the other one. You're reducing your opponent's Digimon rather than gaining DP like the other guy did, but it's still unsuspending, still got Blocker, Armor Purge, it still Digivolves from a Vmon for cost 2. That is it. That is 16 level 4s. Lots of level 4s. The whole point of the deck, the Armor Purge stuff. I am playing 3 Magna X-Antibody, which can Digivolve. We're not playing A level 5s, but we are playing 3 of this guy. He can Digivolve on a Magnamon, 2-color card with Magnamon in its name for cost 5. And then when Digivolving, it's got Blocker, Armor Purge. When Digivolving, if Magnamon, X-Antibody, or an Armor Form trait card is in this Digimon's Dissolution cards until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP and isn't affected by your opponent's effects. Then unsuspend it, and then all turns when a card is removed from a security stack, you may activate one of this Digimon's Dissolution cards, and that's all turns once per turn. So basically, you can go up to even higher DP when your opponent hits your security during their turn, and it's a blocker, so it's super powerful, and it isn't affected by anything. Super powerful card. You could probably get away with playing 2 of it. I mean, I might potentially take one of it out for something else, but right now I'm liking it at 3, so I want to try it at 3, but you definitely don't need 4. It's not the whole point of this deck. And then it has the free trait and its rules, so we have that. That is it for the Digimon. Getting on to the Tamers, we play 3 of the new Davis Motomiya, which is starting your main phase if your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. Main by suspending this Tamer and trashing the top stack card of one of your Armor Form trait Digimon, draw 1 and gain a memory. So he can basically, if your guy doesn't die in security, he can strip your guy for you so that you can gain memory, you can draw, and then you can go into something else like a Magnamon unsuspended attack. So really, really good. And then in the extra memory game, it is a 4-cost Tamer, which is high, and you really don't have ways to play free Tamers in this deck, unfortunately. We're playing 2 of the Promo Davis, which is start your main phase if you have a Digimon with free trait, gain a memory. So again, good memory gain. The other cool thing about him is he meets the requirement to get your Vmon, your Promo Vmon, to Digivolve for 1 less, because you play him, you also on play, you may play a Vmon from your hand without paying the cost. So you can play the Searcher, or you can play that Vmon, and then he's live. His ability is live right then and there, which is really cool. The other nice thing about him is he basically makes it a free play. So you play a Vmon you play him for free, you get to play a free Vmon that would have cost you 3. So it's really good, and then you're gaining memory every turn. So I like a couple copies of him. Play one of the OG Davis, the Memory Tamer from BT3, that also reveals top 3 and adds a blue or green card. You can, now that you have Lydramon in the deck, you could have 2 hits, but it's not going to happen a lot. And then, of course, we play one of the dual Tamer BT16 Davis and Ken which, you know, you can search because it's got Davis in its name. And then start your main phase, you can play a VMon or a Wormmon, but it's going to just be the VMons from your hand without paying the cost. And then at the end of your at the end of your opponent's turn, return it to the hand. You also have the your turn when one of your Digimon digivolves into a blue or green Digimon. By suspending this tamer, gain a memory. So you can still get the memory gain off of it, which is really good, but you're not going to get the DNA Digivolution effect. So that is it for our tamers there. And then the last thing we have is our options. The options are actually pretty important in this deck too. We play 2 copies of Mental Training because it makes all of your armor form trait Digivolutions free. I mean, everything's pretty much blue in this deck. At least blue, if not another color. So good search ability. And then, yeah, like it makes your armor forms free, or it makes your Magnamon a 3-cost Digivolution instead of a 5-cost Digivolution, which is a lot easier of a pill to swallow, and it doesn't end your turn all the time. We're also playing 1 copy of Awakening of the Golden Knight. This card is limited to 1 because it's busted, and it's a play cost 3, and while you have a Digimon with armor form traits in play, you can ignore meeting the color requirements. And then main, you may Digivolve one of your Digimon with the armor form in its traits into a Digimon card with Magnamon in its name in your hand, ignoring the Digivolution requirements and without paying its memory cost. So basically, it's a 3-cost. Makes your Magna X an automatic 3-cost Digivolution, and then Digimon Digivolved with this effect can't have its DP reduced by your opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's really good too. Security, return 1 card. Security effect, return 1 card with your Magnamon in its name from your trash to your hand, and then add this card to your hand. So again, really good. We play 1 copy of Fire Rocket. It also can be played as long as you have an armor form trait in play. You don't have to worry about color requirements. And then main, one of your Digimon with 2 or more colors gains security attack +1. So that's good too. Helps you finish games out faster, especially when if you purge that Digimon and then unsuspend like a Magnamon, because then you're still getting multiple checks. This is 1 card that I'd like, potentially to play more of. Just hard finding space in the deck, so I could cut a Magnamon X for this potentially. But there's also another card that I could cut a second Magna X to play another copy, and that is the new Digivolution card. This also has a security ability to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with blocker. Doesn't always come up. So the new Armor Digivolution card from BT21, cost 3, main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Davis in its name and 1 card with the free trait among them to your hand, trash the rest, and then place this card in the battle area. This is why we don't play 4 of the other Searcher VMon anymore, because of this card. And then all turns, when the top stack card of any of your armor form trait Digimon is trash, delay, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the armor form trait in the hand without paying its cost. So it's cool because you could Digivolve into a Magnamon X-Antibody if you had, say you had like a couple armors out and one of your guys gets trashed, you could delay and go into X-Antibody, which is super powerful on a Magnamon. So that's really cool. And then just the fact that you can, delays, you can do it all turns. Your opponent's turn is actually really good too. And it's a really great searcher. 3-cost searcher. Better than the VMon because the inheritable DNA Digivolution doesn't do anything for you, whereas the delay on this does so much for you. So this is a card I potentially would play 4 of. I think 3 is okay. But if I felt like I needed to see it more, I'd probably drop a Magnamon X-Antibody for it. Lastly, we play 3 copies of Armor Texture. And again, while you have an armor form trait in play, you don't have to meet the card's color requirement. 0 cost. Main, trash the top card of one of your Digimon with the armor form in its traits. Then you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand with the armor form trait for its Digivolution cost. If you do unsuspend that Digimon, so it's getting you more unsuspend abilities. Like if you don't have Magnamon, if you have some of the other guys. And then it's security. You may play a level 3 Digimon card with the free trait free trait from your hand or trash that paying the cost. It gets you back VMons from your trash. So that's really good. Especially helps you get into more armors. So yeah, that is the deck, guys. That's how we're playing it here. The Digivolution, this card is actually super important to the deck. Really good synergy, and it's not even, again, about this guy as much as it is about all your level 4s and just rushing down. And just the new Davis being able to, control stripping your guys for you is really super good. And yeah, no, it's a great deck, and I'm super excited that it got so much good support. Tell me what you guys think about the deck. Do you think that I should be playing a 4th copy of this or another copy of Fire Rocket? What do you think I should cut? Tell me what you guys think about the choices that I made. I'm really enjoying the deck. It's very consistent, and it's really fun. And that's something, Magnamon eventually kind of got boring because it's all about Magnamon X, but you can do so much cool stuff with all the rush aspects of the deck now. So it just kind of makes it more intriguing and gives you a little bit, gives you options if your Magnamon X is a little bit out of reach, because that used to be a problem with the deck, is if you couldn't get to your Magna X, you couldn't get to your cards to, make them in the turn. It was just, your opponent finally found ways to get around him. And so this just kind of focuses more on chopping away at your opponent super fast and not worrying so much about the Magna X. But if you can get into it, yeah, it's bonus, right? But looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.